Dan Collison from Advice to Advisor. Thank you so much for joining us this Friday morning on this coffee chat with CY. So, the last time we chat, you mentioned being a big fan of Advisor's excellence. Why is this so important to you, Dan?
Well, right off the bat, I think consumers deserve great financial advice, and I don't believe they can do it for themselves. Very few do-it-yourselfers do a great job, so they're reliant on financial advisors, financial planners, professionals, basically. And I think if you're going to be in the industry, you need to step up, you need to be an expert, you need to bring to consumers what it is exactly that they need, which is great education, great information, great knowledge, and ultimately great financial wisdom.
You are indeed a great speaker. I'm going to give you that. Absolutely. Well, you brought up to my attention quite a lot of interesting things about CY, and I noticed you're promoting and advocating CY on your social media platform. How about you tell us a little bit of this relationship? How did it started?
Well, it started a number of years, probably 4 or 5 years ago. Both myself and my business partner, Tina Carthageser, are constantly on LinkedIn and other social media platforms, and we came across CY, started following them, liked what we saw, believed in what they were doing, saw more of their strategies and their methodology of educating advisors, and we just became fans and advocates of CY.
So are you saying you're using CY on your day-to-day business? I know you're being a performance coach and a trainer. So how do you utilize that on your day-to-day if you do?
Yeah, well, it's primarily a social media relationship, I'd say, in
Wow.
that whenever we have the opportunity to promote or really put out what CY does, we do exactly that, because it's not just brand new individuals into the industry that need education and are upgrading courses. It's existing mature advisors that are looking to step it up and take courses. And very often, the longer you're out of school, the less you are at studying, and the need for professional help just constantly grows. So, and the reality is, why make it tough on yourself? Why not get that professional help and really glide through the learning so that you're actually taking in the information, learning it, and then being able to write the exams and pass them?
Oh yeah, working smarter than harder. I heard that I don't know how many times. And I heard it at school. I heard it with different educational providers. I hear it at home, actually. So I'm with you on this one. Well, I know I have a lot to say about CY, folks, because I experienced myself different angles from different angles. However, your experience wasn't any different than mine, but there was something special. And I know we talked about this a little bit when we chatted before. So I believe our listener would love to hear it from you.
Well, again, it primarily comes down to, a passion for learning, a passion for teaching, which at Advice to Advisors we certainly espouse, and then looking at what CY does and how they go about doing it. It's that passion. And when you've got passion, it tends to attract. So there's no doubt they're attracting a lot of students to the business, and they're also attracting a lot of students of the business. So those veterans that are already in the industry, and they need that constant upgrading of education, so, and licensing. So that really is what we see as the benefit to promoting CY. The point where I referred my own son when he decided to get into the industry a few years ago. He's done now a number of courses through CY, and when I asked him what was the experience, he just said they're the best.
Wow. Well, coming from your son, I think, I'm going to take that because now, and I know that he has taken courses and he obviously did experience what I believe thousands of students out there do experience the same. And they have really great comments about, I passed it. Some individuals are so dedicated to pass it the first time because they are actually with CY. So, well, I'm aware that you don't interact so much with clients directly, and you are, as you said, very passionate about helping others to succeed. Do you feel that CY has somewhat the same mission as you?
Absolutely. There's no doubt about it. Their belief in excellence and the fact that they think all advisors need to be excellent so that that can drip through to the consumers themselves. You know, we're on the same course, the same path, you know, where CY is really working a lot with the new entrants to the industry. We're not at Advice to Advisors dealing as much with the newer advisors, but we see it constantly with mature advisors again. So no matter where you are, where in your tenure in the industry, you need to be learning all the time. You need to be a student of the business. And when there are courses that could help you help your clients, you need to be looking at taking those courses. And you know, if there's any fear of the course itself, which happens again as you get older, that fear of education, you know, a company like CY can certainly assuage that fear. And it's also the methodologies and upgrading those methodologies of learning, which I know CY does on an ongoing basis. And that's why we're fans of the firm.
Wow. Their strategies are just mind-blowing how it's been put up out there. So simple, so easy to understand. You don't have to, you know, think over and over and understand the comprehension because it's just so simple to understand actually. And I believe you being a social media I guess admirer for CY, which I really love, you know, it makes sense. It makes sense that whatever they're providing to their student, and even if you're not taking any courses, you can actually see it because of their educational videos, because of how they talk, how approachable they are. I mean, I've seen so many Google reviews about every student. That's awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we're coming shortly to the very end of this conversation. I would love to continue talking to you. I'm definitely going to say that you are an absolute amazing individual. I did a little bit of study on you, Dan. My apology, but I needed to know who you really are, and you really impressed me. And I think out there, there's tons of individual, tons of business owners that, you know, they reflect really who they are, and having that about yourself. Well, I'm a big fan of yours today. I don't know how many other people would be your fan just talking to you virtually. I mean, hopefully we can see each other in person at some point. But as you know, I'm in the Bahamas right now. I mean, my background says it all, and you
Well, that's a
seem to
good
be
place to
somewhere
meet
pretty
then.
interesting. That's right. That's right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. It was an absolute pleasure to have you here, telling us a little bit about CY and how much, you know, you trust them and you have confidence in them, and the fact that you referred your son means the world to us.
Yeah, well,
So
my
thank you.
pleasure, Miriam.
You have a great day for yourself.
You too. Take care. Bye-bye.